We are for the law, for the people, and for our country, Zimbabwe. We are the Zimbabwe Republic Police, bringing to you our weekly program, Crime Watch, informing you of our roles and operations in a bid to rid our community of all criminal elements. I'm your host, Tendekai Dandaratsi. It's good to have you along. As the country continues to fight the COVID-19 pandemic, the Zimbabwe Republic Police is calling for strict adherence to all the guidelines which have been put in place by the government in accordance with the World Health Organization guidelines. The United Nations has set the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence from the 25th of November to the 10th of December 2021 under the global theme set by the UN Secretary-General's Unite campaign, Orange the World, End Violence Against Women Now. As the Zimbabwe Republic Police will continue to raise awareness against gender-based violence as well as arresting perpetrators of such kind of abuse. In light of this, we visited ZRP, where some people were arrested for child abuse.
As we join the world in campaigning against gender-based violence, in these 16 days of activism, we say no to child marriages. Remember, the Zimbabwean law stipulates that no child under the age of 18 can enter into any form of marriage, whether religious, customary, or at court. Here in Zwarasekwa, we are currently investigating a case where a 14-year-old minor was impregnated by her own brother-in-law. We have since established that the parents of the minor wanted to marry the child off to the brother-in-law. We have since arrested the brother-in-law for having sexual intercourse with the minor, and the case is before the courts. We are also investigating the alleged attempt by the minor's parents to marry her off to this accused person. Here in Zwarasekwa, we are also investigating a case of a 12-year-old minor who was sexually abused and impregnated by the guardian. The relatives of the minor intended to conceal this information from the police. Fortunately, one of the relatives was courageous enough and came to report the matter to the station. We quickly reacted to this information and arrested the accused person. This case is pending at the courts. Sexual abuse is also a form of gender-based violence. Let's fight this together.
In related cases, ZRP Zwarasekwa also accounted for fathers who sexually abused their children. Let us hear more from the Coordinator Victim-Friendly Unit, ZRP Zwarasekwa.
We are concerned by the guardians or parents who sexually abuse their dependents or children. Fathers raping their daughters, stepfathers raping their stepdaughters, and grandfathers raping their granddaughters. We can confirm that we have apprehended at least 8 people for such cases. All these were apprehended from May to October 2021. Pane imwe nyaya idzi tina baba vakasiyiwa nemwana namai vaenda kunotsvaka-tsvakawo. Then amai vakadzoka kunotsvaka-tsvaka vanga vaenda vaona mwana achibatwa nababa vacho vanga vasiyira ivovo. Baba mamai vawanikidza vakazouya kupolisi mubva varipoti. Baba vati kavabata tikaenda navo kukoti iye zvino vatora mutirongo. Chinosirisa panyaya iyi ndechekuti mwana uyu anga ane makore 4 years dzekuberekwa. Zvakadaro semapurisa takupa yambiro vanhu vari kuvanzurudza kudzinyirwa kuti vavana muukama, especially muukama. Nyaya idzodzo hadzisi kubuda. Sati kuti vanhu vese vamhosva dzamukupara idzodzo. Chakusungai.
Meanwhile, the Zimbabwe Republic Police dismisses a story by Blawayo 24 News' Simbarashi Stole, alleging that security forces dispersed police officers at a roadblock in Mazoe, Mashonaland Central Province. According to the officer commanding that province, no such incident occurred. We urge journalists to verify stories given by their sources before publication. On that note, we take a short break. Join us shortly. Welcome to the second segment of Crime Watch, and thank you for staying with us. Crime Watch recently visited ZRP Glenora, where some robbers were apprehended.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police will not allow robbers to roam around freely and unaccounted for. Just recently, ZRP Glenora busted a two-man criminal syndicate that was involved in multiple cases of robberies. Now they were using this Toyota Wish vehicle that you see behind me to commit these offences. Chief Inspector Panganai Maviza will tell us more about these cases.
We have been receiving several reports of a grey Wish vehicle which was used by some criminals snatching people's bags in our policing area. We then planted our police officers for surveillance. Through that surveillance, we've managed to apprehend two of the criminals. We caught up with these two criminals whilst they were having their car washed at a certain car wash in Ushogu's area, Harare. Through our investigations, we managed to recover several items which were robbed from unsuspecting victims. These include 2 HP laptops, 1 iPhone 6, 1 Huawei Honor, 1 Itel A56, Landslet tablet, 1 Samsung, and 1 Itel. We also managed to recover the motor vehicle which they were using, a Toyota Wish, dark grey in color. It's the following registration numbers: AET 4214. We also recovered 6x20 fake United States notes, 1x10 United States fake note, 1 pepper spray, 1 Okap knife, and 2 homemade knives. We are happy in the sense that some of the recovered property have been positively identified by their owners. We are calling all people who could have lost their property in a similar manner to proceed Harare South CID section to identify their recovered properties.
Meanwhile, the ZRP National Anti-Stock Theft Unit has noted an increase in stock theft cases. Let us hear more.
As we approach the festive season, takutoona kuti nembudzi kubiwa kwembudzi kwakunyanya kuitika zvakanyanya munzvimbo dzedu dzakaita seMashonaland West, Mat North, Mat South neMidlands. Tikuona mbudzi dzikunyanya especially usiku nekumafuro ikokoko. Sondo rakapera iri takaita 33 cases dzekubiwa kwembudzi. Pa 33 cases ipopo mbudzi dzakabiwa i252. Zvakadaro hazvo mapurisa takakwanisa kurikava 87 ndokusunga vanhu 6. Pane makombi ari kutakura mbudzi. Makombi aya anenge akabviswa masits. Pane muya mandomunoswa mbudzi imomo. Saka tiri kuti isusu kana muri kunzvimbo kwamunogara ngatitarisei mbudzi kombi dzakadaro. Mukangoona kombi dzakadaro idzodzo ripotai kumapurisa ari padhuze nemi. Ndinoti tiri pakubiwa kwembudzi ipapo ngatiedzene patinogona kuvakira matanga edu padhuze nemusha kana muyadhi chaimo. Chimwe chinhu chatinonyatsofanirwa kukosesa ndechekuti kana tichifudza mbudzi dzedu izvozvo mazuva ese ngatidzizorerei kudanga. Tisati tadzipinza mudanga ngativerenge mbudzi dzedu idzodzo kuti dzakawanda zvakadii. Kana ukanga wapiwa mushandi enda naye panearest police station anovhetwa. Chimwe chinhu chatinokurudzira ndechekuti mbudzi dzenyu ngadzive nemuchiso mhando yamunokwanisa kuwana. Kazhinji ma-ear tags ndio anoita pambudzi. Zvakare chinhu chekupedzisira pakutaura ndingade kuzisa nyaya yeclearance. Ma-clearance forms anonzi ma392 pachirungu aya they are for free, haabhadhariswe. 392 chipupuro chekuti mombe kana kuti mbudzi yatengeswa apa ndeyani. Tiri ipapo zvakare tinoda kukurudzira pane vanotenga mbudzi ava kuti musati munhu afamba munzvimbo menyu atenga mbudzi ndiye okliisa mbudzi. Mbudzi inokliiswa nemuridzi wayo.
Police in South Park recovered 29 goats near Mbudzi roundabout in Harare, which were suspected to have been stolen. We are therefore calling upon anyone who lost their goats to come and identify them at ZRP South Park, Harare. On traffic safety issues, let us join Mr. Ernest Muchena of the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe.
There are 6 conditions present in every driving situation. These conditions are weather, road, traffic, vehicle, driver, and light condition. The conditions that we have talked about can be good or bad. If they are good, there is no problem. But if they are bad, they can trick one into an accident. Today we would like to talk about the weather condition. Adverse weather conditions can be rain, mist, fog, or even high winds. These conditions can be so severe and make it difficult for the driver to see the left edge of the roadway, the center line, any markings on the road, or even traffic signs that are found beside the road. As we are now already in the rain season, we have noticed that there is an increase in the number of road traffic collisions that are induced by the condition of weather. Tire hydroplaning is one of the problems that occurs during the rain season. Tire hydroplaning results as a combination of factors which include a wet road surface, the condition of your tire, and of course, your speed. When it occurs, your vehicle will be riding on a thin film of water out of contact with the road surface. Steering and braking are adversely affected. The best defense against tire hydroplaning is to ensure that you have sufficient tread on your tires. The law prescribes that the tire on any motor vehicle must have a tread depth of at least 1 millimeter anywhere on the tire. If you notice that you've got different sizes of tread depth on the tires on your car, this may, more often than not, signal a suspension problem, and you must get your vehicle checked. During the rain season, you must also make sure that you have got efficient wipers on your vehicle. As we move out of the sunny season, you will find that the wipers that you have on the car may have very hard blades that have been caused by hot weather conditions. So it is the duty of the driver to remove such wipers and ensure that you fit new ones that will be able to wipe away the water and improve visibility as you look through the windscreen. We are also aware that some people are first-time car owners who have never driven under such adverse conditions. There is also a group of drivers, mainly new drivers, who have never driven under wet weather conditions, and we would like them to take heed of the message that we are distributing in this and other programs. As defensive driving experts, the best defensive measure that one can take is to ensure that you slow down and get the feel of the road. Make sure that your vehicle is not traveling at a very high speed such that you cannot even control or brake safely. Turn on your headlights when necessary, even during daytime. The law requires that we switch on our lights at night, but it also prescribes that every vehicle must have its headlights and any other lights in efficient working order at all times. When you switch on your headlights during the rain season, it will make it very easy for other drivers and road users to notice you. If weather conditions are so severe, get off the road completely until the situation improves. We would also like to appeal to motorists as we enter the rain season to approach any vehicle inspection depot in the country for what we call a voluntary inspection, where they can check all the components of your car and make recommendations so that you have an efficient vehicle during the rain season. It is the duty of every driver and road user to ensure that we reduce the carnage on our roads. Together, we can make a difference.
Welcome to the third and final segment of Crime Watch. Police frequently carry out crime awareness campaigns to inform and educate members of the public on crime issues. Recently, ZRP Borodeo in Harare teamed up with other stakeholders, such as Dialogue on Shelter and Child Parliamentarians on Crime Awareness Campaign in Heathcliff, Harare. Focus was on guarding against drug and child abuse, as well as gender-based violence in the station's policing area. The station's community relations liaison officer takes us through this tour.
Recently, we conducted a crime awareness campaign in Heathcliff community where we were partnering with other stakeholders, including Ministry of Youth, Sports, Arts and Culture, Dialogue on Shelter, Plan International, and honorable members of Child Parliament. We visited a number of shopping centers, including Heathcliff Shops, Pamzinda Shopping Center, Heathcliff Dust Market, and Baki, conducting this crime awareness campaign. On this particular campaign, the main aim was to educate the youth to refrain from committing crime. So we educated them to refrain from abusing drugs. We also touched on sexual abuse cases.
We partnered with the police in a campaign titled the Safety Walkathon. We were focused on campaigning against drug abuse, child abuse, and gender-based violence. We look forward to continuing with such campaigns in the future. We are calling upon other institutions, corporates, and companies to partner with the police in a bid to reduce crime across the country. Crimes such as drug abuse, child abuse, and gender-based violence, among others.
Recently, we partnered the police, Dialogue on Shelter, and other stakeholders, carrying out some campaigns in Heathcliff. We, as the junior parliamentarians, advocate for children's rights. So we are saying to children out there, quickly report the cases like sexual abuse, for example, rape. Please stop abusing drugs such as crystal meth, which is also known as motoriro, and drug, among others. Together with the police, we can stop drug abuse, child abuse, and gender-based violence.
Taita makesis akawanda muno muHeathcliff ekuti vanhu paigara pachingoripotwa kunzi kwaningi kwaita mukadzi kana kuti aurayiwa, kwaningi kwaita vanhu varovana, but since pakaitwa campaign yedu makesis edu akakwanisa kureducedwa.
Pakampeni yatakaita takadzidziswa nezve kuchengetedza vanasikana kana vakadzi in terms yekuti vasabatwe, vasabhinywe kana kurepwa, even pavanokwira muchovha vachienda kutauni kana dzimwe nzvimbo vasambunyikidzwe.
As a way of appreciating hard-working police officers, the Cotton Company of Zimbabwe has come on board to sponsor the ZRP Awards ceremony, which was held in Harare recently.
The relationship between the Zimbabwe Public Police and the Cotco Zimbabwe dates many years back. Together, we have worked tirelessly, contributing in our diverse ways towards the development of agriculture in Zimbabwe. Furthermore, we were able to build a partnership that culminated in Cotco Zimbabwe sponsoring our Couple of the Month, Couple of the Year, and Station of the Year awards for many years. However, due to various challenges that impacted both organizations, these awards took a hiatus. But given the strength of our partnership, we again found each other, hence the resuscitation of these awards. The new Look Awards shall be used to reward exceptional performance of individual police officers, as well as outstanding police stations.
Cotco, as a responsible corporate citizen, has identified ZRP as a key enabler in economic development for our dear country and the cotton industry in particular. Your organization, sir, plays a very critical role in providing security to the Zimbabwean citizens and ensuring that a peaceful environment for business and all lawful economic activities thrive. It is our view that as Cotco, we should give a hand in motivating the members of the force when they would have excelled in policing, and this time around we are going to include the members of the rural neighborhood watch committees whose sacrifice and dedication to their work has caught our attention in the areas that we operate in.
The Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Honorable Kazembe, applauded the gesture by Kotko and urged the other corporates to emulate.
I am extremely delighted to join you on this momentous occasion where we are launching the ZRP Kotko Awards. Indeed, this launch speaks boldly to the ministry's and organization's firm conviction of rewarding outstanding performance. I'm pleased to know that as part of the partnership, all the costs for the awards will be borne by the Cotton Company of Zimbabwe. This, in my view, is an eloquent commendation of the good work that the Zimbabwe Public Police is doing. As Ministry of Government, we enjoin the Zimbabwe Public Police to make a sustained effort in turning the tide of criminality. I remain mindful that the bulk of police work is very demanding, stressful, and usually less appreciated. Therefore, these ZRP Kotko Awards will have great significance, especially for our young officers who are still learning to endure and cope with the ever-demanding challenges of policing a diverse society. So I'm kindly inviting our corporates to come and join Kotko in supporting, in appreciating the work that the Zimbabwe Public Police is doing.
Before we come to the end of this week's episode, here are some of the people on the police wanted list. Sifas Chimbuya, aged 38, of Charinyanga village, Chief Murinye Mashingo, is wanted by Muchakata police for murder. Munyara Dzivengai Masa of Masa village, Chief Mapanzure Mashingo, is wanted by Muchakata police for rape. Lastly, Martin Bariri of Nyamande village, Chief Saunyama Nyamaropa, is wanted by Nyamaropa police for rape. Anyone with information that may help in the location of these people can contact any nearest police station or contact us on the following details. Our National Complaints Desk number is 0242 703 631. Visit our website www.zrp.gov.zw. Email us on feedback@zrp.gov.zw. Alternatively, you can link with us on our Twitter handle @PoliceZimbabwe or like us on our Facebook page, Zimbabwe Republic Police. Be reminded that all Crime Watch episodes are accessible on our YouTube channel, Zimbabwe Republic Police. We have come to the end of this week's episode. It has been a pleasure having you along. We urge you to live in harmony and stop all forms of violence against women and girls. As the ZRP Women Network, that is all female police officers in Zimbabwe, we will continue to play our part by raising awareness against gender-based violence, arresting all perpetrators of such abuse, and protecting victims of gender-based violence. From me, Tendeka Dandarasi, and the crew behind the scenes, pleasant viewing.